let's go over one of these first off. Be a lot of AI, but whatever. I have no clue where that shot glass came from. I know nobody that's a Green Bay Packers fan. I'm pretty sure that's what that logo is. But, whatever. Go lay down, boo-boo. Oh, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go.
Invasion. Secure the AO. No quarter given. Fast hands online.
Fast hands.
Clean. Hostile UAV active. Holding.
Visual on the enemy.
Hostile UAV in this sector. Changing mags.
Switching me.
We're losing ground. Secure the
Hostile UAV
Changing
overhead.
mag.
Friendly UAV on station.
Enemies.
Hostiles launched the mortar strike. Find cover. Mortar strike in the area.
Where you boys heading? Canada. Canada, eh? Almost beat.
Hostile UAV active. Friendly counter UAV is online. Friendly mortar strike on the way.
We're falling behind. Friendly vehicles are en route to the AO. High alert.
Friendly UAV online.
Enemy contact. That one's on ice.
Sitting here.
Hostile cruise missile incoming.
Whole ass
We're losing ground.
Thermite out.
Hostile UAV overhead.
Our perimeter's compromised. Pull back.
Our UAV is orbiting the area. Hostile SAE in your position.
I was gonna say, did he get him? No. No, they did not.
The lead is ours.
Friendly UAV on station. Friendly cruise missile deployed.
We've taken the lead. We're driving them back. Hunt them down.
Hostile vehicle in the sector.
Holy shit!
Drop. Right, get in there.
Shit!
Yeah. Ah! Down,
Changing mag.
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
Come on. Come on, where you at? The scope is fucking badass.
The enemy's falling back. Don't let up.
I'm done.
Hostile UAV in the sector.
I love
Enemy
that.
close.
I'm reckless. I'm dumb, but you don't. According
Cargo
to you,
helo is
girl,
en
but
route
you
to the
don't
AO.
know.
Halfway to mission complete. Secure this victory. Hunter 1,
Whoa.
reinforcements inbound.
They tagged me!
Ah, pull the trigger.
Switching bags.
Requesting closer! Target mark!
Solid copy, Phoenix 2 on station. Scanning for hostiles.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Whoa.
Hostile UAV active.
Phoenix 2-3 copies. This is Phoenix 2-3, good copy. Phoenix 2-3 copies
This one's
all.
dead!
Phoenix 2-3 copies. Phoenix 2-3 copies all. Phoenix 2-3 copies. This is Phoenix 2-3, good copy. Phoenix 2-3 copies all.
The enemy has the lead.
Hostile mortar
I
strike
wasn't gonna let
incoming.
that
We've
slide.
lost the lead.
Friendly stealth bomber entering the AO.
A cargo helo is intervening.
Got time! Let the pot! Holy shit!
Go, 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 go. Horko, 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 Horko. Ah, you didn't. You weren't whoring enough.
Overrun. Fall back.
Friendly Wilson rolling in.
What's the point of having a whore if you don't whore? Come on, get your whore on. Have I said whore enough in like the last couple of minutes?
Oprezno, hostile Vito, Bashня, hostiles deployed the hostile UAV in the sector.
Molotov! Get back!
Boom,
Switching bags!
bitch. Yeah, have a laser. That way everybody can see that far. Oh yeah, they'll.
Hostile cruise missile
There is
launched.
that, I guess.
Friendly Wilson deployed.
Losing this fight. Step heavy armor supplies inbound.
Friendly UAV online. Hostile SAE incoming.
Boom! That's why I like this fucking... Double insurance, eh?
Hostile mortar strike incoming.
Cargo helo inbound.
Overhead.
Subtags incoming!
UAV in the area.
Ah!
Hostile UAV in the sector.
Here.
Hostiles called in an airstrike. Hostile mortar strike in the area.
We're about to lose this fight. Push them back.
Hostile VTOL in the sector. Hostile counter UAV is active. Hostile UAV active.
We're losing ground. Secure the perimeter.
Friendly UAV online.
Come on, you little bitch. You ran away. You want to be a
Hostile
fucking
sentry is
sniper.
active. Hostiles deploy the sentry. Inbound friendly SAE.
Cargo helos into the airspace.
Alright.
Mission compromised. We're done.
Get down. Get down. Stop. Third. Oh, 38 score. 13 deaths, 4, 6. So what that means, I got 6 kills. Get down. Down. Hey, Zeus on. What's up? I need to take a break for a second. 'Cause get down. Jesus Christ, man. Go lay down. Go. Oh. Scratch my fucking eye with my fingernail. I wonder if my fucking... What is that called? Cornea skin? The flap on the outside of your eyeball that they cut open whenever you get LASIK surgery. You're not allowed to rub your eyes. Because if you do, you could rip that flap off And then you're always going to have to wear glasses after that. It's been like 20 years. 21 years? 22 years since I had it done? Should be fucking healed by now. I know my mom had to go back in for a secondary LASIK vision where she had it done before me. My sister had it done, they never even cut a flap. But me and my mom had the flap cut on our eyes, and we couldn't rub our eyes. And that's why I rub the outside edges of my eyes. Because I used to rub my eyes until they were red as fuck. And I had to stop after I got LASIK vision because if you, like I said, if you rub your eyes and you rip that flap off, you have to wear glasses for the rest of your life. Like they can't reattach the flap. And my mom went back in after a year and had to have the surgery done again, and they just kind of like took a tool and moved where the flap was and flipped the little flap open again and did the LASIK vision again. So I know like it'll last a year, but like it's been like 20 something years. I don't remember when I got it done. It was like probably 2001, 2, or 3. So either way, it's like 20 years or 20 plus years. It should be fucking healed by now. I don't know. Either way, I still don't rub my eyes. I have learned to just rub like the corners of my eyes and the outside of my eyes. Never my actual eyes. Because before I got LASIK surgery, I would rub my eyes so much that it looked like I was smoking, well, I probably was smoking pot all night long, but it would definitely look like I was smoking pot all night long because my eyes would get so fucking red. And Visine, any of those eye drop fucking stupid things, never fucking worked with me. I would have them, but they never fucking worked. What? What was the thing? Did I miss something? Huh? Gory games and movies and that feels violent? What does that mean? Yeah, that was the old school way of doing LASIK vision, like 2 decades ago. They had a little machine and it suction cupped itself to your eyeball, and literally you went blind. Like you couldn't see and it wasn't because of the little suction cup on your eyeball. It's like the pressure that it would put on your eyeball. You would just literally go blind. My mom like gave me the heads up. She was like, "Don't freak out. Like it's going to happen. Like you'll think you're going blind, but you're not." And then you just hear neat, neat, and that was that cutting the flap. And then the doctor would take like a little tool and like move the little flap that it cut, and they would flip it over, and everything would just go blurry as fuck. Like you couldn't see shit. And then they shot a laser into your eye, and it went to the back side of your eye, like the back side of your eye, because what it was there's like little pieces of shit, like whatever, that were on the back side of your eye, and the laser would zap that shit off of the back side of your eye, and that would make you sound, or that would make you see correctly, and then it would flip the little flap back over, and then you'd be good. And the next day when you wake up, like they'd give, I think they gave my mom like, what did they give her, a Xanax or something? They didn't give me shit. And I went home, and they give you these goggles that you gotta wear so that you don't, like, you know, accidentally fuck with your eyes while you're sleeping and shit, which is funny because when the first night that, or the second night that I slept, the goggles actually shifted and they were resting on my eyeball, which fucked up the little flap. And so it was like midday that I got that done. And I went home and they were like, yeah, just rest. Like, lay down, like, just sit there, watch TV, like, just don't get up and, like, move around and do a bunch of shit. So I was like, alright. I went home. I went to my parents' house, that is. And I just laid down on the couch and put my stupid goggles on and I just went to sleep. The next day, you wake up and it felt like you had sand in your eyes. Like, it felt like there was, like, gritty shit in your fucking eyes. And it was, I guess, uncomfortable. It wasn't, like, painful or anything, but it was kind of just uncomfortable. But it felt like you had sand in your eyes. And the day after that, everything felt perfectly fine. Although, yeah, that was the last time. Was that the last time? I don't know, but I took Percodan, Percocet, Vicodin, 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 some shit like that. And we were drinking, this was right after Molson Triple X got legalized in America. It was the highest alcohol percentage in a beer. And it was like 9.9% or 10.9% or something like that. It was something fucking crazy, which, by the way, don't even bother getting it. Like, you're better off, like, I would much rather just buy Budweiser and drink twice as much. Because Budweiser is, what, 5.3? Something like that. I'd much rather drink Budweiser than that Molson Triple X. Because it took me forever to get, like, 2 or 3 beers down. But I took those pills with the beer, you know, as a multiplier effect. And I blacked out. Like, legit blacked out. I was sitting on, like, I brought an air hockey table. I got an air hockey table for free. And I asked my buddy, I was like, I don't have a place to put it. Do you want this air hockey table? Because I got it for free. And he was like, fuck yeah, I want it. And I was like, alright, cool. I'm coming up there, like, next week. So I'll grab it and I'll bring it up to you. And so I grabbed it. The funny thing was, we had to put it in his basement. And he was like, yeah, the door's locked with a padlock. And I don't know how to get into the door. And I was like, yeah, I got a lock picking set, so I can try to pick the lock. And he was like, oh really? Like, you think you can actually pick a lock? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've tried on my front door and I can't do it. But that's a 5-pin, and like a padlock is only a 3-pin. So maybe I can do it. First try, got it. opened that fucking thing right up. We put that air hockey table in there. Everybody was playing air hockey. I sat down on the steps. It was in the basement, and I sat down on the steps. I was like, yeah, I'm just kind of feeling out of it, so I'm just gonna sit here. I sat down on the steps, and I remember I blacked out, and it was the weirdest. This is why I don't do pills anymore. Like, that was the day I quit doing pills. I did Xanax after that, which I love Xanax, but I would never do any more Percocet, Percodan, Xanax. Is it Xanadan or it's not Xanadu? But whatever. I blacked out, but I was wide awake, except I couldn't see anything. My eyes were closed, and I was just passed out. I could hear everybody talking around me, and they all had to, like, there was 4 of them. They all grabbed me, like, by a limb, carried me up the stairs, and put me on the couch, and I woke up the next morning. Like, I remember, like, laying down on the couch, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm good to, like, just pass out. And I woke up the next morning, and I was like, I am never doing pills again. And, like, I heard everything that everybody was saying. Like, is he dead? Like, is he dying? Like, all kind of shit like that was going on. And I could hear them, but I couldn't talk. I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't do anything. And after that happened, I was like, there's no way in hell I'm ever fucking doing that shit ever again. And I still have not to this day. So that's like over 20 years. But yeah, I woke up in the morning and my goggles were all shifted off to the side and they were like resting on my eyeball and it was just a fucking mess. And then I had to go back for another doctor visit for the LASIK vision and they had to like reset the little flap in my fucking eye and I had collagen inserts in my tear ducts so that it would keep my eyes moisturized, like it wouldn't allow the tears to like drain into my nasal cavity. I only had the bottom ones done, not the top ones. And they popped out and they were rubbing my fucking eyeball and they had to push them back down. And then before I went back home, I was there for like a week. And before I went back home, they finally pulled them out so that my tears would actually drain into the nasal cavity. But yeah, it was just such a fucking mess. And from there, I was like, I'm never doing pills ever fucking again. Like, I'll drink my ass off, but I am not doing fucking pills. Is it like meditating? No. No, it was like blacking out. Like, I don't know. You get so drunk that you are just not cognitive. It's like you're passed out, but you're wide awake at the same time. You can hear everything that everybody's saying around you, but you can't respond to it. You can't open your eyes. You can't, like, nothing. It was like you were wide awake, except you were, like, asleep. I never want to fucking feel that again. Like, if you're in a coma, that's kind of what I imagine that it would be like if you were in a coma. I don't know what the fuck it's like to be in a coma. I mean, I've had a seizure, apparently, according to the EMT. What? Well, more than a month ago. But if that's what I had, I was completely fucking out. Like, I don't remember a fucking thing. They said I just passed out and just like went straight to the floor, and I was clenching my fists and like holding them up like to my face, and I was just clenching my fists like that, and they say that's indicative of a coma or of a seizure. I don't know if that was an actual seizure. I don't know if I was just so tired or something like that, and I just passed the fuck out. I have no fucking clue. I didn't go to the hospital. I went into the ambulance. I woke up in the ambulance, and I was like, what happened? And they were like, you had a seizure. They have more medical expertise than I do, so I'm not going to argue with them. I don't know if I actually had a seizure, though, because I don't know. It kind of doesn't sound like me. And the boss that was on duty that day was like, I don't even know if we should let you drive home. And I'm like, I'm going to be fucking fine. Like, I live like 2 miles from work. Like, I think I should be good to drive 2 miles and not pass the fuck out. Like, I've had heat stroke, like, really intense, where I was in bed for a month, and I could still drive. Like, I would get lightheaded and shit, and have to pull over on the side of the road and stuff like that in those 2 miles. But I've never, like, passed out in my vehicle. But at the same time, that makes me wonder, like, have I had a seizure before and just chalked it up to maybe I drank too much and, I was drinking and I just passed out and thought, like, I was just drinking too much. But yet, maybe it was a seizure. I don't know. But I do know, I decided to tell my mom about it. I was like, just so you know, like, I was at work and I passed out and woke up in an ambulance. They said I had a fucking seizure. And she was like, oh, there's medication that you can take, and once that medication and your doctor know that it's stable, then you can get your license back. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I can get my license back? I'm not giving up my fucking license. Like, go fuck yourself. Anybody that fucking tries to take my goddamn license away, fuck off, man. Like, I started to realize, like, how old people feel, like, when they start getting dementia or, like, health problems, and their family members were like, we should just take their license away and not let them have their license. I was like, fuck this shit. The very next day I went into work, I was like, I need to change my emergency contact. I do not want it to be my fucking mom, because apparently she's going to try to take my fucking license away. And I switched it, and it became my fucking sister. Because fuck that shit. Like, if it was a legitimate problem, like, if it was like 3 seizures in a week or some shit like that, I'd be like, alright, I'll go with your recommendation and I'll just not drive for a while. But it happened one time in like 45 years. I don't think that merits, like, taking someone's fucking license away. 2 times in a week? I don't know. I mean, it's never happened since. But, like, if it happened 2 times in a week, maybe there's a problem we gotta look into, and maybe there is medication I need to be getting on. But it happened one time. That was, like, a month and a half ago? July 7th? Yeah, I think it was the beginning of June or the end of May. So that was like a month and a half ago. I don't know. I don't think that merits anything happening. Oh, and the guy that was like, I don't even know if we should let you drive home. Like, first off, A, you're not gonna fucking stop me from driving my fucking property, my vehicle, home. It's not gonna fucking happen. A recommendation? Sure. But like preventing me from using my property and driving home? Go fuck yourself. This is the same guy. When that happened, I woke up and I'm like, where the fuck is my knife? Like, I have a razor knife. It's a fold up razor knife, a retractable fold up razor knife that I would always keep on my right pocket. And it was missing. And I was like, what the fuck happened to my goddamn knife? He took it. And like I asked him, I think I ordered a new one because it was a DeWalt yellow razor knife. This is not the knife that I had. The one I had was a little bit smaller and it folded in half and it would retract like this one does. And I ordered another one, which this one came in its place. That's not the one I wanted, but it is a really kick-ass fucking knife. I really like this fucking knife. But I ended up asking him like 2 days later. I'm like, what happened to my knife? Like, why was my knife missing? And he's like, oh, I took it and I put it in the store manager's office. And I was like, why? And he's like, you're not even allowed to have that kind of knife here. And I was like, it's my property. You can't just steal my property because you don't want it being used here. I used it for fucking 2.5 years. Like, you can't just steal my fucking property because, oh, you're not allowed to have it. Why don't you fucking say, hey man, here's your fucking knife. Don't bring it back. You're not allowed to have that here. Didn't fucking do that. Like a fucking bitch. I fucking hate that asshole. And I have no problem with gay people. He was obviously fucking gay. Like I said, I have no problem with gay people. I don't fucking care. Do whatever the fuck you want to do in the privacy of your bedroom. Whatever. That doesn't affect me. Just don't try to make me gay. Like, that's the only thing I ask. But he fucking stole my knife. And fucking put it in the fucking manager's office. Which I went straight, like, when he told me that, I went straight to the fucking manager's office and snatched that fucking thing off of his fucking desk, put it right back on my fucking pocket, and kept on using it, just like I always did. Fuck him. I've had so many goddamn problems with that asshole. He accused me of stealing from the goddamn store, which I did not ever fucking do. He's like, oh, we had reports that you were taking drinks and you weren't paying for them. I'm like, yeah, because whenever I leave, I have a shitload of stuff that I'm buying, like dog food and beer and fucking whatever food I'm going to eat for that night and blah, 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 blah. And I add in my fucking drinks. Like, I would go up to the register and I'd be like, yeah, charge me for 3 of these fucking drinks. And they're like, they're empty. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I drank 3 of them. So just charge me for 3 of them because I drank them. Like, I did that. Like, there was a couple times I even forgot to fucking pay for my drinks. And the next day I'm like, charge me for 5 of those drinks. But he fucking I even tried to make a formal complaint against him, according to the fucking company. I was like, I want to make a formal complaint against him for him saying that I'm trying to steal shit. Ultimately, what came down was the store. This was the assistant store manager that I'm talking about. The store manager was like, yeah, he's not gonna accuse you of stealing, because if he thought that you were stealing, he would submit it to, what do they call it? Theft. What do they call it? Theft protection, theft recovery, something like that. They would actually make accusations against me according to camera footage and, shit like that. So I guess technically he was only telling me that I could be accused of stealing, which in my mind, I don't give a fuck. That's still like accusing me of stealing. Then, even better than that one was a fucking clusterfuck right there. I got my boss involved. I got the store manager involved. I got like everybody involved in that motherfucker. After that, I was working, and the store manager talked to my boss and was like, we want to have a meeting with me. And my boss was like, hey, we need to like have a talk. And I was like, all right. And I went in and I was like, what's going on? And the store manager, proceeded to start talking about like, I just need to make you aware that it is against store policy to sell drugs in the parking lot or in the store itself. And I was like, I just started freaking out. I was like, what in the fuck is even going on? Like, you're gonna accuse me of selling drugs? Like, I don't even do drugs. How the fuck am I even selling drugs at this fucking place? And he was like, oh, well, there's this outside guy that doesn't work for our store. He said that, like, maybe you seem like you were on drugs. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I haven't done drugs in 20-something years. Like, yeah, I did coke in the 90s. But, like, I think I did it, like, 3 times since then. And they were, like, 2003, 2006, 2007. But, like, nothing ever since then. Like, I do not do drugs. I do weed. I do beer. I do liquor, which I kind of don't want to do liquor. I would really rather do beer, but beer's more expensive than liquor. I do cigarettes, and I used to do coffee, which is a drug, because caffeine. And like soft drinks, because that's caffeine. But lately I've been doing soft drinks. But like coffee, I haven't had coffee in like 3 years. Like, I just quit drinking coffee altogether. Like, that's my fucking list of drugs that I do. Like, I don't do pills. I don't want to do any pills. I've been to the hospital, and they've been like, let me just give you a prescription for, like, not Xanax, because I'd say yeah. But, like, Percodan, Percocet, Vicodin, shit like that. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking do it. Like, you can give me a prescription for it. I'm not gonna fill the prescription, and I'm not gonna fucking do it. I'll just fucking see the fucking pain out on my own. Like, I'm not going to fucking do it. So it was like super insulting that they have to, like, in their words, they have to read me the company policy about selling drugs and doing drugs on company property. Go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. It's the dumbest god. I don't fucking want to do that shit. Like, I don't even give a shit. If someone, like, came up to me and was like, hey, here's like 100 pills of whatever the goddamn shit you want to name. It's all free. It's on me. Like, just go ahead and fucking do them. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. Take your shit and get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want to fucking do it. Same thing with, like, cocaine. I used to love doing cocaine. I did a lot of cocaine. I used to, every time I got paid, this was when I lived in Pennsylvania back in the 90s, I'd get paid and I would buy, me and my buddy would go in on a 1/4 ounce of cocaine. And we would do it almost all that night. Like, we went hard on that shit. But, like, when I figured out, like, man, it's kind of like a waste of money, I was like, fuck it, never gonna do it again. I did it 3 more times, but it was free. So at the same time, I was like, I don't know, I like to do it, and it's free, so I don't have to pay, so fuck it, I'll do it. And I did. And that was like the early 2000s. But then after that, I was like, nah, fuck it. I don't even give a shit if it's fucking free. Like, I don't even want to fucking do it ever again. And I haven't. But to get accused of fucking being a drug dealer, what? Like, okay, let's just be a little bit realistic about this shit. If I was actually buying, quote, drugs, probably meaning cocaine, I would just do it. I wouldn't sell it. And then I get accused of selling drugs at the place that I worked. Meanwhile, I can name like 5 people that actually are selling real drugs at that same fucking place. They never get fucking hassled about this shit. Yeah, they took the word of some random jackass that didn't even work at the store that I worked at. He worked for the company that I work at. Didn't work at the store. Didn't know me at all. And, oh, yeah. So, why did he do that? Because he came up to me and he was like, let me show you. Like, we had this new computer system that we had to start using. And he was like, let me show you how to, like, log in and start using this computer system. And I'm like, I already got taught how to use a computer system. And he's like, no, but I need to teach you how to log in. Like, what's your login? Because you had, like, a company login number, or was it a number or like a code? Whatever. There was something that you used to log in, and then you had a password. And he was like, let me show you how to log in. And I was like, yeah. I was in a bad mood on that day, by the way. So maybe that's why they thought I was on drugs. But I was like, yeah, I don't have my password. I don't have my login. I don't have my password. So you can't show me how to log in. Like, you can show me how to log in on your password, but you can't show me how to log in on my password. And that was what triggered me having to go and talk with the fucking store manager about how the policy is not to sell drugs while you're on the clock. Which is exactly what I told him. I was like, I don't have my fucking password. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't log in because I don't have my fucking password, so there's nothing the guy can teach me. Like, somebody else is gonna have to teach me when I actually have it. I actually did have my password. I just wasn't in the mood to fucking sit there and, like, listen to this fucking asshole that I didn't know fucking tell me how to fucking do shit. Which, the funniest thing was he brought me into the office and he was talking about, like, how selling drugs and doing drugs is against company policy and blah, 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 blah. Like, he just wanted to sign you into the computer so that you could use it. Wait, I forget what the fuck I was even going after. Oh, yeah, because he was like, well, he said that you smelled like liquor. And I was like, liquor's not exactly a drug. It's an alcohol. Like, yeah, I guess technically it's a drug if you want to look at it that way. Weed could be a drug if you want to look at it that way, because I don't look at it that way. But he was like, yeah, he said that you smelled like liquor and that you might have been drinking on the job. And I'm like, I've been here for 6 hours. I will not, nor will I ever, be drinking on the fucking job. Like, A, it's a waste of liquor. I would like to drink some liquor, but I will not do it on the clock. Why? Because I don't want to be drunk on the fucking clock. I want to go home and then be drunk. Like, I don't want to do it on the fucking clock. That just seems counterproductive. It just seems like a waste of alcohol. Like, do your fucking job, go home, and then fucking drink. Yeah, that's the way you do it. Not, I'm on the job, fuck it, let's drink some vodka. No, like, vodka's obviously is my alcohol of choice. I'm not gonna do that. Like, because it's a waste of alcohol. I don't want to be drunk at work. I just want to do my goddamn job and get done with work and then go get drunk. And even he had to agree. He was like, yeah, I have to agree. Like, you are very cognizant. You do not seem like you're drunk. You don't seem like you've been drinking. You seem like you have just been doing your job and that you're not. And I was in a bad mood that day. Because I actually, like, because he brought up a point of something about me with, like, a bad attitude. And I was like, yeah, no. If you think I was being an asshole, I was not being an asshole to that guy. I told him I don't have my password. I don't have my fucking login. I can't do it because I don't have them. But if you want to, and I pointed at my boss, and I was like, if you want me to, like, talk about whether I was being an asshole to her, yes, I was being an asshole to her. And, like, I totally went off about, like, the shit that was going on because they were shielding another employee that was not doing their fucking job. They would just leave the fucking department and go off and be in another department and do other things with other departments and shit like that. And, like, nobody, I already complained like 3 or 4 times about this employee, and nobody did a goddamn fucking thing about it. They were like, oh yeah, we'll look into it. And I'm like, well, it's not very fucking hard. All you gotta do is look at the fucking cameras. Because there's cameras all over the fucking store. All you gotta do is go and look at it. And they were like, yeah, we'll look into it. Nothing to this day has ever been fucking done about that. Even though I complained to the assistant store manager, the store manager, my boss, and a couple other managers. Nothing was ever fucking done about it. Which, after my boss would leave, that's when the shit would happen. She would just leave our department and just wander off to another department and just be like hanging out with her friends and talking, and just like, even she'd be like off just stocking the fucking shelves, which was not her goddamn job. She'd be doing that because her friends were doing it, and like nothing was ever done about it. Ever. The entire fucking time. Yet I have to have a talk about like how selling drugs and doing drugs at the store was not appropriate for an employee. Even though I was not ever fucking doing that shit. And she got fucking promoted. But one funny thing was she didn't have a car, and she needed a ride to and from work. So she would find a ride to work, and then she would always ask me for a ride home, because I live obviously right here. She lives like another quarter mile down the road. And she'd be like, can you just give me a ride home? And I was always like, yeah, sure. And then once this shit started happening, I was like, fuck that. Like, I would leave before she was done. And, like, not a goddamn chance. I'm not giving you a fucking ride home. Go get a goddamn taxi and fucking pay $50 to get a taxi to go 2 miles. Fuck that shit, man. And, like, she got the point really fucking quick, because she quit asking me for a fucking ride. Which, the funny thing is, what was it, June 12th, I pretty much fired myself. And, what was it, like 4 days ago, or 3 days ago, or something like that? No, not 3 days ago, because that'd have been July 4th. July 5th or July 3rd, something like that. My boss actually called, or messaged me, and was like, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? And then she listed off a bunch of the people that I work with, and she was like, and they were all girls, of course, because I was the only guy that worked there. And she was like, all these people were like really worried about you, and blah, 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 and we all miss you. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck ever, man. You know, that's fucking bullshit. Maybe Kirsty, maybe Taylor, maybe my boss. I'll believe that shit. But the chick I was just talking about, nah, she didn't give a fuck about me. The only way she would give a fuck about me is getting a ride somewhere. Like, I need a ride to the hospital, or I need a ride to the grocery store, or I need a ride to the liquor store, or I need a ride to wherever. That's the only way she would ever give a fuck about me. The other three, yeah, I believe that they would actually give a shit. Like Kirsty Taylor and my boss. But that chick, no way in hell. Like, she didn't give a shit about anybody. She only gave a shit about what you could do for her. Can you get her weed? Can you, like, get her... I don't know if she does any other kind of drug. But, like, whatever kind of other drug that she may or may not do, can you get her that? Yeah, then she gives a shit. Can you give her a ride somewhere? She'll give a shit about that. But other than that, nah, she don't give a shit. Fuck. I don't know how to put this. No, I know exactly how to put this. I don't have kids. I fucked a lot of girls. I could have got any of them pregnant. I could have had a kid with any of these girls. Yeah. Technically, my last girlfriend, we had a pregnancy scare every fucking month that we were together. We were together from May until January, the end of January, because I didn't break up with her until I realized that she was not pregnant after January. We had a pregnancy scare every fucking month that we were together. But I've never had, to my knowledge, that's what I fuck around with my mom all the time. She's always like, why don't you give me grandkids? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe there's some of them out there that I don't know about. You know, like maybe you should contact some of my last girlfriends and maybe they'll tell you if they actually have one of my kids or not, because they didn't contact me, so I don't know. Which is like a running joke with me and my mom, and she hates that fucking joke. But, to my knowledge, I've never had a kid with any of my girlfriends that I've been with. This chick actually had a kid, but she's so unfit to take care of the kid that the kid lives with her mom in Virginia, even though she lives here in North Carolina. I'm guessing that's because she likes to do drugs more than she likes to take care of a kid. I'm sorry, but even when I was doing a lot of drugs, I would have quit all of that shit if I had a kid. I would have just been like, fuck it. It's not about me anymore. It's about this little person, and they need more attention than I need attention. And I would have just been straight-laced. Like, fuck it, I'm not smoking weed anymore, I'm not drinking anymore, I'm just gonna be a father, and I'm gonna take care of this little person, and make sure that they are A-okay. Not this chick. She just, like, when she doubled down, just started doing all kind of fucking drugs and shit. I don't know what the fuck kind of drugs she was doing, so don't, like, take me at that as, like, she was just, like, doing crack or, you know, doing coke or, you know, anything like that. I have no clue what the fuck she was doing. I know she smokes a lot of fucking weed and she drinks a lot. Because she was always talking, like, oh, my day off, like, I got a gallon of, like, what's that shit called? Bombay Sapphire. That gin. I don't know. I hate gin. But she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna mix it up with this kind of fucking drink, and I'm gonna get all fucked up from my weekend and blah 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 blah. I don't know. If I had a kid, I'd be like, I don't like, maybe I'll have like a drink or two drinks on my weekend, but it's more important to take care of that little person that you created. You know, that's way more important than being selfish and like getting fucked up. Like, but that again, that's why I can get fucked up. I don't have a little person that I have to look after. You know, like, I don't want to say I'm being responsible, because that's not exactly, getting fucked up is not really responsible. But I got these two little bitches over here that I gotta worry about. That's my responsibility. And I take care of that shit. But as far as like little people happens, I don't have one. So I don't have to worry about that kind of shit. But if I did, I would take it fucking seriously. I would like stop. I wouldn't stop drinking, but I would not be drinking every day. I'd be drinking on my days off, and it would be after they went to sleep, kind of fucking thing. You know, I wouldn't want to be like reading a bedtime story, having liquor breath blowing into their fucking nostrils while I'm telling them a story about, you know, oh, I can't, what, not Curtis, what the fuck, who the fuck was the big red dog? It started with a C. I remember reading that shit when I was little. Clifford. Yeah, Clifford the big red dog. Like, I don't want, like, liquor breath going into my fucking kid's nostril while I'm reading Clifford the fucking big red dog. Like, they go to sleep. Okay, are they actually asleep? Are they finally asleep? Alright, maybe I'll have a couple drinks. But, like, what if something happens to your kid? You have to be cognizant to, like, get in your fucking vehicle and drive your kid to the hospital if something happens. Like, you can't just, like, get drunk the way you can if you have two bitches that are just, like, sleeping on the fucking couch. Like, there's probably no... I've never had in 22 years of having a dog, there's been no crazy fucking thing that I had to, like, stop what I was doing and take my dog to the hospital to, like, get them taken care of. I'm not saying that that will never happen. I'm just saying it hasn't happened, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay. And if it does happen, fuck it, call Uber. Like, get the fuck over here. Like, let's get this dog to the fucking hospital. I'm drunk. I can't drive. I can drive, but I will not drive. Let's get the dog to the fucking hospital and let's get it taken care of. But I don't know. That's just the way she lives her life. Whatever. I'm not gonna judge. Like, cool. Yeah, that's what you do. I hope it works out great for you. But at the same time, her kid doesn't live with her. Her kid lives like 100 miles away in another state with her parents. And she like talks to her like FaceTiming her and shit like that. I would never have that with my fucking kid. If I had a kid, I don't give a fuck if I hated my ex-girlfriend, my ex-wife, whatever the fuck it was. I would make up with them and I'd be like, hey, we don't have to get along. We don't have to fuck. We don't have to like pretend like we are, you know, two people that actually love each other. But I love that kid and I want to be around that kid. So just let me be around that kid. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you don't want to be with me, great. Then you can like go fuck some other guy all you want. But I want to be around my kid. And I want to be here in this house with my fucking kid. But I don't know. That's also like me as someone that I don't know. I would put all of my differences with, I guess it would be my ex. I would put all of my differences with my ex aside and be like, hey, truce. Like, let whatever. You can hate me. I can hate you. But that little one, that is the most important thing that has ever happened between the two of us. So let's focus on that, and let's only focus on that. Like, let's make sure that that little one, you know, whether it's a little girl, little boy, whatever, that is the most important thing in our life. And that's the only thing that is important. You know, like our relationship didn't work out. Whatever. Throw that out the window. We're going to be just civil adults. And the little one, that is the main focus of our relationship. That is our relationship. We take care of the little one. What? They need picked up from school? Cool, I'll do it. I can't do it, you do it. You can't do it, I'll figure out how I can do it. Like, that kind of fucking thing. Because that's the most important thing when it comes to an outcome of a relationship. You know, like, you hate my fucking guts and I think you're a fucking bitch and I hate you. Okay, let's just set that on the side burner. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. That's between me and you. We don't have to get along, but we have to get along to take care of this little one. Because the little one is the most important thing out of anything. No. No, 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 no. That's what everybody will make you think. Yeah, there's baby daddies and OnlyFans and I don't even know what the fuck LG is, but no, fuck all that shit. I've known a bunch of fucking people that were together, whether they were girlfriend, boyfriend, or they were husband and wife, or anything like that, and broken up, but they had a kid. and everything was all about the kid. It was like, fuck it, like, yeah, I'm gonna have my girlfriend over here, and I'm gonna be fucking her, but that's still my little girl, or that's still my little boy, or, you know, whatever. And I'm gonna get along with my ex, and we're gonna take care of that kid, because that's the most important part. I've known a lot of fucking people that were like that. And actually, to be perfectly honest, if you can't do that, if you can't put your fucking differences aside to take care of your progeny, I don't know. I don't think, maybe, again, this is just an opinion. This is not a statement. But maybe you don't deserve to have that fucking progeny in your fucking household. If you can't look aside from the differences that you had with whoever you had that kid with, and look at the kid being the most important thing, rather than the failed relationship, then maybe you don't deserve to even fucking have that kid. And I hate to say something like that, because that sounds like really, that sounds really bad, because it is your kid. But at the same time, if you're not going to take care of your kid, then maybe you shouldn't be around your fucking kid, because you can't take care of it. Because that should be the most important thing in your life. Like, more important than your bitch ass fucking ex-wife that cheated on you and was, I don't know, getting rammed by like 3 different guys at the same time, or whatever. Or, you know, you just gotta put that shit to the side for the sake of the kid. And if you won't do that, then you're not, like, as far as like a guy goes, you're not a fucking dad. As far as the mom goes, you're not a fucking mom. Yeah, you can call yourself a mom. You can say like, "Oh, I I you know, that kid was born out of my loins," and blah blah blah. And the same thing you could say it with, like, when you're the guy. Like, that kid was, it was my sperm that actually born that, birthed that fucking kid. Yeah, but if you're not gonna be a fucking parent, go fuck yourself. Like, you don't deserve to be a fucking dad. You don't deserve to be a fucking mom. I don't know. Maybe that's because I had pretty decent fucking parents who always stayed together. They never, they still love each other, like, just like the day they met. So maybe I'm biased on that sense, but as far as like when you break up, like, just walking out of your fucking kid's life, ah, Jesus, man, that's so fucked up. Is ranked hard? What's up? I don't even know how to say that. Soledes? Chakan? So Solides? I don't know. I'm probably butchering your name. Is ranked hard? Um, it's not easy. I'm not gonna say it's hard, but it's not easy. Um, oh, what the fuck did you say before that? I don't understand the last part of that statement. We've let a company create narcissists. I believe you mean narcissists, like plural. But I don't understand what that is. Now there's just baby daddies and OnlyFans, and I don't even know what LG means. And validation from the internet. Yeah, I get the validation from internet. We've let a company create narcissists. I wouldn't say we let a company create narcissists. We've let narcissists become what they've become. Um, yeah, there's plenty of people that don't deserve things, but they unfortunately get them, and become arrogant pieces of shit. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I. I don't see it when I'm rereading it, but I thought there was like we let them become or arrogant pieces of shit. But you didn't say that in the fucking thing. But kind of, we have. Um, and they do get them. It does seem that like the more narcissistic, the more arrogant, the more pieces of shit that people are, the more traction they get, the more attraction they get, and the more money they make on the internet. Because I don't know, hang on, I gotta piss so fucking bad. Um, I think it's more. Hang on, give me a second here. I gotta fucking piss. I don't know. The more that the internet I say allow, because it's not the internet that allows it. It's more of people that are on the internet allow this shit to continue. The more it's just gonna keep on happening. And they let it happen, in my view. They let it happen because it's, quote, like made to be cool, or that's just the way we do things now, bro, or dumb shit like that. And I don't think that's actually the way that America operates. I think that's just the way it actually operates right now. Oh, that's why shit's going down, because Kepri's on my fucking mouse. Hang on. Get down. Go. Go. I think it's just dumb people. Because there's a lot of dumb fucking people. You gotta remember. Well, not remember. You gotta acknowledge. There's a lot of dumbass fucking people that are out there right now. And they will just go along with anything. They're like blind like fucking sheep. And they will go ahead and just go along with anything. Like, what? We're gonna call all women bitches and hoes? Yeah, I think that's great. Like, okay, well, like, good luck finding a suitable partner. You know, like, you're just gonna call every woman a bitch or a hoe or something like that. You're not gonna find a suitable woman to be, because you want to find a suitable woman to be your partner. To be your partner. Not just someone that you fuck. You want someone that will be your fucking ride along. Your fucking ride or die. Your one and only. Like your best friend. The person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. The person that's got your back. The person that will... No, I'm not going to go there. I was going to go to the whole, like, you get into, like, a street fight and they're going to, like, totally fuck up the other person. Maybe. But, like, that's not exactly what you want. You want a fucking delicate fucking flower that is the most beautiful thing that you've ever fucking seen in your life. The person that will have your kids and be there for you in all of your like anything that fucking happens, they'll have your back and they will talk you through shit when you're like all fucked up and you don't know what the fuck to do. And, you know, go lay down. Go! 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 Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck are you doing? But you want someone that be your fucking ride or die. Whatever. I'm done talking about this dumb shit. If I have to fucking say it, then nobody else fucking knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Hour and 3 minutes and more daily challenges. Go lay down. Go. Up. go.
Invasion. Secure the area. Clear all threats. We've taken the lead.
Taking fire! Knocks the piss out of me!
Go. There's two.
Fast hands. Taking fire! Incoming!
Oh, cheeky bastard!
Hilo is down! We've lost the lead. The lead is ours. The enemy's falling back. Don't let up. Enemy
Snipers down! Switching mags!
hostile UAV in the area. Friendly UAV online. Hostile cruise missile launched. Friendly UAV on station. Hostile SAE incoming. Fire! Reloading! High alert activated.
Bloody hell!
Good work. Keep the pressure on. Friendly vehicles are inbound.
Target sighted. Taking effective fire!
Pissed! They're on me! You had it coming, you tosser.
Our perimeter's compromised. Fall back. Friendly UAV online. The enemy's taking the lead. Enemy UAV active. We're getting hit hard. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV active.
I'm reloading!
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Reloading! Throwing septics! Taking fire over here!
Hostile mortar strike near your position.
Enemy down!
Lord, why can't I go to the left? Goddamn curb? Are you fucking kidding?
Glad you didn't see it coming.
Enemy in the war zone. Multiple movements. Their sniper was tracked. Changing mags. Got eyes on the threat. I'm reloading.
We're getting overrun. Fall back.
Oh my...
Area.
Needs a hill!
What are you doing, you?
The enemy holds the lead. Fight back. Cargo helo is inbound. All saber. Reinforcements inbound. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies deployed a counter UAV. Our mortar strike is inbound.
Reloading!
Enemy UAV active. Hostile airstrike near your location.
Lay down. Go lay down.
Copy that. Hostile mortar strike incoming. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostiles launched an SAE. Losing ground. Secure the perimeter. The enemy's close to securing victory. Heavy armor supplies are inbound.
Go lay down. Go.
Enemy
Up.
counter UAV is active.
Hey.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover. Friendly
Switching
mortar
mags!
strike on the way. Hostile mortar strike in the area. Enemy UAV overhead.
Multiple movers!
Hostile
Target
sentries
down!
online. Hostile SAE near your position.
Multiple movers!
Hostile mortar strike near your position. We're driving them back. Keep the pressure on, lads. Hostile SAE incoming. Hostile UAV in the area. A cargo helo has entered the area. The enemy is close to victory. Stop them. Hostile Mission failed. Return to base.
Go lay down, Bo. Go. Up. Come on. Up. Up. Yeah. Lay on the couch. Come on. Instead of on the ground. You want to lay on the floor. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. I'm just gonna call it there for right now. What the fuck are you doing? Go lay what the goddamn fuck? Go lay down! You too. Go. Up. Jeez.